Hello there, you weird and wonderful people. It's Jay, and to celebrate Halloween, we're going to look at some weird and wonderful game over screens. Let's do it. Wasn't that intro just a little bit weird? Today is Halloween, of course, spooky day, so we're going to celebrate by looking at some game over screens. It may sound a little bit weird, but there are some amazingly iconic game over sequences, cutscenes, and animation from classic Nintendo games that we're going to check out today. So, let's get spooky. 1 minute you're flying a ship through challenging planets with your squad of furry friends. Shields are getting low and there's not a repairing in sight. Is this the end of Fox McCloud? If your energy bar dips to zero, your ship just spins out of control, tumbling down to the surface below. A game over screen appears with that Starfield background. Not too bad, but then from the shadows the evil Andros appears with his freaky hands. The Star Fox game over screen was a thing of nightmares. One of the most colourful games on the Nintendo 64 had to be the adorable Yoshi's Story. We see Yoshi and his dinosaur buddies out on a big adventure. It's super cheerful and one of the best platformers of all time. But something sinister is lurking in the shadows, and what happens when you lose? A group of Toady take away the cheeky dinosaur to a dark and spooky castle. Poor Yoshi. It's a stark contrast to the main game. Scary then and scary now. The very words Majora and Mask immediately give away a sense of fear, dread, an emotional Zelda tale dipped in dark but with slithers of light. The game is very much driven by time and a need to save the world of Termina in just three days. If our aspiring hero runs out of time, then a cutscene plays, and it's perhaps one of the creepiest ever. Poor Link is helpless as the moon is forced to crumble into the world, gobbling up everything below. Majora's Mask just cackles in the background, and it's game over. This next Zelda game over screen is a little less freaky compared to the Nintendo 64 classic. Our hero is adventuring on the island on the Game Boy, trying to uncover its secrets after being washed ashore. But Link does need a little bit of a helping hand, or maybe a pocket. And if our hero steals from the town shop and tries to pop back in, the shopkeeper isn't too chuffed. The bloke then decides to punish Link with a delicious electric shock, bringing our hero to his knees, and it's a game over. The Nintendo 64 really did have its fair share of awesome and unique game over screens. Some really went full length, like the iconic Banjo-Kazooie cutscene. 1 minute the bear and bird are travelling through tricky platforming levels to save Banjo's kidnapped sister, but if the duo run out of honeycomb, Gruntilda has her way. The game over cutscene sees the witch swap places with Tooty, emerging in a slightly different form. Poor Tooty is also transformed, and it's the end for the platforming pair. Game over. Nothing can stop the 00 agent, right? Britain's secret agent has had thousands of close shaves over the years, and arguably Bond's finest adventure has to be the Nintendo 64 hit Goldeneye 007. If you don't make it out alive past the swarms of bullets, then it's game over for poor old James, as the iconic blood splatter covers the screen. A cutscene triggers and you see Bond falling over in a super cinematic way. It was very freaky the first time you saw the iconic cinema hero fall, but it opens up the opportunities for some very funny ways to go, depending on which level you're playing at the time. Another gem for the British developer Rare. The SNES had some classic Donkey Kong platformers, with the Country series amongst the best games of all time. Pixel perfect levels, animal companions, and some of the most incredible musical backdrops. But what if the Simians get a little game over screen? Each of the games would show the playable duo looking a little bit sad. Donkey Kong Country 2 is up there with some of the freakiest game over screens ever. It's so simple, a still of Diddy and Dixie, but it fades to red, suggesting something a little bit more sinister is afoot. The next one isn't quite a game over screen, but it's still freaky and very much iconic. One of the most panic-inducing moments of classic gaming has to be the 16-bit Sonic the Hedgehog series. The blue blur can beat most challenges with speed and skill, but water is not the Hedgehog's friend. In most underwater sections, it's down to you to find a little air bubble to help Sonic along. Miss the bubble and that freaky countdown plays, leading to Sonic drowning. It's not the best way to go, and it's still amongst the most scary. It wouldn't be a game over video without mentioning the Metroid series. The bounty hunter is amongst the toughest and most resilient warriors in the universe, travelling to the depths of monster-filled planets all alone. But if Samus doesn't quite make it out of there, her suit explodes, revealing the hero within the metal shell. The stats scene became a staple for the Metroid series since Super Metroid, and it's seen in follow-up games on the Game Boy Advance, 3DS, and most recently, Metroid Dread. So there we go, some iconic game overs. What did you think? What are your favourites? Let us know with a comment below. Hope you guys have an amazing Halloween. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button. If you want to see more geeky, more gaming, more Nintendo videos, you may want to subscribe. And before you go into that spooky mansion, be sure to check out our exclusive merch, geeky gaming designs voted for by you. Links are in the description below. A big thank you for all your support. And there we go, classic Nintendo game overs. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.